Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's the 21st of July, and our reading is from Proverbs 3:6. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Now, too often, I think we end up complaining, "What, God, why did you do this?" And I'm saying complaining as opposed to asking, because we really didn't even want to know, but sometimes we do. But I say we're complaining because we're saying, I don't like what you're doing, God. In other words, questioning his judgment. And the reality is that as we trust his paths, that is knowing that he's in control and that he doesn't make mistakes, then we're going to trust him. And as we trust him, we will walk in his ways. We only need to take the next step and trust him for the one after that. And that can be hard because we want to know what's coming next. But spiritual maturity is trusting God because he does know. And it's reasonable to make plans. I had this discussion with a client last week, and that is, I never made 5 or 10 year plans. Because bottom line, God's the one that makes the plans and he chooses what he's going to do. And if it happens to coincide with what I lay out, it's coincidental. So I don't bother. Now, that doesn't mean I don't do certain things in responsible ways for the future, but it means we need to recognize that we want what he wants for us more than what we want for ourselves. And so when we walk in his ways, we are going to be safe, not circumstantially, but spiritually. And in the long haul, we will be more usable for him and will be cooperating with the being conformed to the image of Christ rather than having him help us cooperate, i.e., discipline. So walk in his pathways, and he will let you know what those are. And it's okay to say why, but we need to be willing to accept we don't know, nobody knows, God knows, and not make our emotional well being dependent on an answer, but rather dependent on him. And accordingly, I will see you again tomorrow.